Hello, my Leos. Welcome to your April 2022 reading. I'm going to be doing a few different readings for you. I'll shuffle while I explain. First, I will do a horseshoe spread that will cover your next 3 to 4 months, your past, and your 12-month outcome. And that will be a relationship spread. That works for anyone in a general romance forecast or if someone has a specific situation in mind. I will then do a one-on-one relationship spread that has the past, present, and future of the relationship. It could actually be any any relationship, but I'm going to read it as a romantic one. I will then pull some oracle cards from Spirit to get a bird's eye view of the situation. Then I'll pull some oracle cards from a person if you're out of contact with a person and you want to hear what's on their mind. And let's see. And then I'll pull some angel advice cards for you too. So I'm starting to pull the cards for the horseshoe spread. Okay. I did shuffle the cards on camera once or twice for your viewing pleasure, but I shuffled them off camera too. Where are the romance cards? Right there. Okay. Okay, so Leo, we got your past, present, future, 3 to 4 months out. We got you in a nutshell, how you feel. We got your environment. We got your hopes and or your fears. And then we got your 12-month outcome. Alrighty. And I'm going to pull, occasionally I'll pull an extra card or two just to get some more idea what's going on. I'll try not to make it too complicated though. Let's see. Okay. So it looks like in the past you might have been yearning for something. We got the Page of Pentacles reversed, we got Charon transition right side up, and then we got separation upside down. So there could have either been a separation that started or you were just kind of enduring it in the past. It looks like you might have been wanting to go back towards something. Maybe yearning for the way it used to be. Maybe maybe yearning for the presents and gifts or the money. Maybe a situation brought you in romance, or just maybe yearning for their physical presence. But it does look like there was some sort of separation that happened in your recent past that's been on your mind. Another note about Charon, he's considered the wounded healer. No, sorry. Is he the wounded healer? No. Charon, he is wounded somehow. I forgot how. But yeah, it's one of the outer asteroids too. If you want to check your astrology charts to see where Charon fits for you. Okay. So the present situation, these 2 cards right here, don't look any better for you necessarily. I mean, everything's gonna work out in the end. But you know, in the moment when you're in the pain, it doesn't feel like it, I'm sure. It looks like you might be experiencing some sort of conflict of the heart, absence of the heart. We got the 3 of Swords reversed, and we got Eris Strife reversed. Because they're both reversed, I'm kind of feeling more like it's a situation maybe where you might have even self-imposed this grief onto yourself. Maybe you did choose to walk away from someone, or maybe you're refusing to let it go. Something about it is like, it's kind of like it's a self-inflicted pain in the situation. I can pull another card. I don't know if it would help. Yeah, maybe you were just kind of longing for someone that you couldn't have. So I'm getting like, you know, kind of courting someone and they weren't interested maybe. Alright, this is your 3 to 4 month future for you, Leos. So we got the 6 of Pentacles reversed, and we got Alchemy and Fairness. And this is not a pleasant future to look forward to necessarily, but it is your future and it's minor arcana, so you do have the chance to change it since you're conscious of this possibility now. You could steer that, you know, steering wheel in a different direction if you want to. Typically when I get these cards in reverse spreads, it normally means that one person might be feeding the other person, like they might be giving them money, like trying to essentially buy their love. That happens sometimes, or like maybe you're paying their rent or their half of their rent, or you're you know, they don't have a job and you're trying to support them, pay their cell phone bills, something like that. It could also be a situation where there's unequal balance, where you're putting in all the effort and the other person is not putting in any effort, like, you know, he's feeding this person and not this person. And it could be a situation where they're feeding someone else and not feeding you. But it definitely involves money, energy, where the worth is put. Unfortunately, that's paired with here Alchemy, Unfairness, which is one of the tougher cards in this deck. The story of Alchemy is she was raped by one of the gods, and her husband assumed that it was consensual infidelity, and he kicks her out without even hearing her side of the story. So she's living in the streets, and you know, it's terrible out there. Eventually he learns that it was rape, and he forgives her and takes her back in. But during this whole thing, I mean, it was completely unfair for her to be kicked out because it wasn't her fault. You know, it was a god. She couldn't do anything to stop it. So there could be a situation for you, Leo, where there's some sort of unfairness in the situation. And it's not gonna be easy for you. But if you know this is something that, you know, a speed bump that you see coming along, you could now turn left, turn right, go a different direction and not go through that pain. Especially if it's a romantic relationship, if they're not going to hear your side of the story, you kind of want to question if they respect and value you. If they love you, they would, you know, probably want to take the time to hear your side of the story before jumping to conclusions. So I mean, there's that. Okay, so this is for you right now, Leo. So this is an interesting combination. We got the 7 of Swords reversed, and then we got Dionysus merrymaking reversed. So the 7 of Swords kind of gives off the vibe of, sometimes it can be a positive vibe, but right now maybe it might be more of a sneaky vibe. Maybe you're having to sneak around or tiptoe a lot around a situation where you don't want to start a fight, but you know, this guy's trying to start, he's trying to steal your swords, so like when the war starts tomorrow, there's less swords on the battlefield. So that's kind of strategic in a way. But, you know, he is kind of weighing the battlefields, you know, unfairly by doing this, sneaking around doing that. And then we have that period here with the Dionysus merrymaking upside down. So it could be that you're in a situation, we also have this wine cup here, where you might be partying too much or drinking too much in excess. Perhaps you want to go out and have fun, and you have to sneak out because maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend thinks that you're going to cheat on them, but no, you just want to have a good time. Or it could be maybe when you do go out, you are going out into excess. And that could be why, you know, some of the problems are happening around you. And it could be a situation where maybe this is the person you're thinking of too. They're the ones sneaking out. I'm sure you'll know for sure. I mean, you know if you're sneaking out or not. Okay, so over here we got the environment around you, Leo. We got the Knight of Cups, and we got Zeus Supremacy reversed. So the environment is not exactly in your control. Kind of like the weather. If it's raining outside, you could decide to go outside anyways, put on a raincoat, or you could stay inside. but the weather outside kind of affects you, and whether it's easier not to go out and do what you need to do. So around you, I mean, it looks like it's kind of a promising like atmosphere for romance and love, if that's what you're wanting. People are courting each other. Perhaps not serious, hardcore love, but I mean, there is some romantic gestures, kind of opportunities around you in your social circles. There could be some imbalance in your relationship, like in the social circles around you. Perhaps maybe people might be worshiping people too much, or idolizing them more than they should. More than that's healthy or balanced for, what's out there. But I mean, so if you're looking for romance, then there are some sentimental, spiritual, creative connections, heartfelt connections out there. Just be sure to be aware that not to unbalance the situation, because it seems like there's a chance for that in your environment. So Leo, over here we got your hopes and or your fears. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so it looks like it's a pretty, I guess, common fear. You're fearing being in a relationship where there's fighting, particularly physically fighting, whether it's like self-imposed, self-started, or just everyone around you fighting about the relationship and people not accepting it. So this is considered a dogfight card generally, so that's a fear of yours. Not necessarily that's true, but that might be something that's on your mind. Maybe that's why you feel like you have to tiptoe around often, because you're scared of starting a fight somehow. And we got that here with Hercules, protector. So the Hercules card, he kind of looks like he's sneaking around, cowering around. He's kind of scared about these little animals around here. Not that that's necessarily what the card, the innate meaning of the card, but it just kind of comes across visually in this context, in this setting. So it could be one of your other fears is, again, having to tiptoe around. Maybe it's just something you don't want to do. You want to have a relationship where you're just yourself and you're shining, without having to worry about second guessing every step you make. So those are fears on your mind, not necessarily that they're going to have any truth to them. They're not necessarily going to happen, but that seems to be something that bounces around in your head as you make your romance decisions. Whether you want to be making decisions off of these is up to you. And if you're in a situation where you're always having to be worried about tiptoeing, I mean, you could kind of question if that's a situation that you want to be in still, or if you want to find a relationship where you don't have to tiptoe again. Okay, so off in this corner for you, Leo, we got your 12-month outcome. We got 7 of Cups, and then we got Tai Chi, Fortune, upside down. Okay, so it looks like 12 months out from now, it's April, or technically right now it's March 29th, but this is the April forecast. So it's April, so April 2023, you might have a lot of choices, and it might actually be kind of confusing for you. Let's second card just to give a little more data. We got this card too. So it looks like maybe people, there'll be options around you. You're looking at them, they're looking at you. You might feel the little arrow from Cupid, buzzing around you. But it doesn't look like there's anything solid, so it's just kind of like options, looking around, seeing what's out there in 12 months. We got that here with Tai Chi, Fortune, upside down. So typically this right side up would be, a good card, but it kind of worries me. Maybe you might be spending too much in their courting process, or there might be some sort of, financial constraint for you. It could be maybe the dates are uneven, where they have you pay for them instead of them paying for you, or there's something, that's kind of unequal again. And it looks like the unequalness maybe still isn't resolved, from the past. Maybe it's a way for you to overcome what the inequality in the relationships you might be enduring, to just get over it, learn from it, and try something else. That's what your 12-point forecast looks like. Let me put these cards away and I'll shuffle them and do a one-on-one spread for you. 1 second. Okay, Leo, I shuffled these off camera. I'll do it once more on camera for your viewing pleasure. And this one. Okay, so this is going to be your one-on-one spread. It could actually be any relationship you want, but I am going to interpret it as romance. Change the interpretations if you want to, you know, convert it to like your boss, your cousin, your friend, as you need to. And let's put this over here. Just more. Alrighty, let's see. So for you, Leo, if you do want to switch the roles, you can, but typically this on the left side is you, the court, and on the right side is the person in mind. Alrighty. So we got Larity's faithfulness upside down, and we got the 8 of Wands. So it seems like, and then this is your shared energy between you guys, past, present, and future. It seems like there could be a situation, I mean, there's no easier way to say it, but where maybe, there might be disloyalty in the situation, disloyalty in communications coming from your side of the court. I don't know if you're necessarily texting other people, calling other people outside of the relationship that are not part of the agreed upon scope of the boundaries. Maybe you're flirting and, you know, you don't realize it, or, you know, maybe you do. But it seems like there's some sort of unfaithfulness coming up from your side. And then on this side we got your court, the person in, the person in mind, not the court. We got Zeus supremacy upside down, and we got the star upside down. So the person in mind, the energy they're kind of reflecting onto this relationship, it might be that they might overly worship you in a way. I mean, you are a Leo, so, you know, people will kind of sometimes go to you like a moth to the sun, to the fire. So, I mean, we got some kind of heavy worshiping vibes coming off from you. And it looks like maybe they might be putting, I guess maybe even some sort of pressure of wishes. Like the star is like normally a wish granted or healing card, but it's almost like maybe they're wishing a lot from you out of the relationship. It might be more than you're willing to offer. That could be the situation. Could also be perhaps the star card can represent the Aquarius energy, so that would be like the negative Aquarius would be maybe like they're aloof or out of touch or unemotional, or maybe trying to maybe tip their scales on the emotions, because they're manipulating these water jugs right here. So I guess that's so then we got your past shared energy down here. We got attraction upside down, water nymphs feelings upside down, and King of Pentacles. So in the past, it looks like between you two, the shared energy might be drowning in emotions, too much emotions. These water nymphs look pretty nice, you know, from the surface level, but then they take you down into the pond, and then you're drowning and you can't escape. There could have been some sort of level of attraction, maybe unhealthy level of attraction at that point between you guys. Maybe even some sort of like lustful situation going on. But I mean, that is kind of calmed down with this, the King of Pentacles. The king is normally his energy he brings to this situation is practical, grounded. He's very giving. He shares his resources. He has plenty of money and stuff to share, so it doesn't bother him to share with other people. So in the past, I mean, it looks like maybe there could have been some sort of, over attraction, maybe intense feelings, and I guess kind of a good physically, like physical wise. Okay, so we've got your present shared energy. So it looks like maybe there could be some bickering or fighting. It could maybe even be undercover or hidden or passive aggressive, because this is upside down. Something's not quite in plain sight, or it could be a situation where it didn't happen. I was gonna say it could be a situation where fighting has ended, but there was not necessarily fighting down here. So it could be like some bickering between you guys. Despite that, it looks like there is some open communications. Like we have this Orpheus music singer, and we have like the free flow of these vocal cord notes kind of, going left to right. So, I mean, it is a little confusing, but I'm sure all relationships are confusing in a way. And between you two, it looks like at least there is some romantic playfulness going on right now. Maybe just enjoying the simple company of each other. Okay, up here, Leo, we got your shared energy in the future, which is probably what you're most concerned of, which is actually looking kind of good. So we got the Ace of Cups overflowing, new abundant emotions, spirituality, creativity, heartfelt connections, kind of turning over a new leaf in their relationship. And that's supported by this card, Eos Dawn. Again, about new beginnings, new life, the sun is just rising over the dark sky, so it's like breaking over the darkness that has been looming over you guys. So both new beginnings kind of stuff. We got this career and finances card, but it's upside down. So if there was a situation between you two in particular where there wasn't enough money, it looks like that might be coming to a close. Maybe they were being stingy with their money, or maybe they were out of work and they just didn't have money to spend on dates, something like that. But it looks like if that was a factor, that might even be something that plays into somehow they have more money and they have more energy to give into this relationship, whether it's you or them, and that brings about a new beginning between you two. Okay, Leo. So next I'm going to be drawing some cards from Spirit to get a bird's eye view of your romantic situation. If you would like to see those. Alrighty, let's see what Spirit has to say. And sometimes it's a little more neutral or objective than what people say, people's opinions. Alright, so it is a general reading, so if maybe one of these is a miss for you, that's fine. Hopefully most of them are a hit for you. And when these cards are upside down, sometimes I'll interpret that as being the opposite of it being blocked, or like to the extreme to highlight it. So we'll see as we go, and you could interpret as well as you want if you want to. We got integrity. Does this situation align with your moral values? We got decision upside down. It's time to decide about this relationship. We got weight upside down. The timing is not quite right. We got awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. We got addiction. An addiction is affecting this relationship. We got chemistry. The mutual attraction you feel, the attraction you feel is mutual. We got passion. Try something you've never done before. We got apology upside down. You can expect the apology you want. We got friendship upside down. This friendship is leading to more. We got go slow. Take the time to get to know each other. So I mean, it looks like you might be in a situation that you might be questioning if are these the actions that reflect you? Are these what represent you on this earth? Whether you're tolerating people sneaking around behind you, or you're the one that's, finding that you feel like you had to sneak around, tiptoeing around things, tap dancing around broken glass. So that's the question up to you from the universe. Is this what you want to do? You could keep doing it, or you could try something else if you want. It's up to you. You have the chance to make the decision right now. Whatever situation they're asking you to go slow, try not to rush things, let things happen at their natural pace. Leos are they're fire signs, so they're full of passion and chemistry. They might want to get physical in their relationship really fast. And since the Leos tend to look good, it might be hard to get people to stop and slow down too, but yeah, it looks like they are advising you to slow down on that aspect. If there's a situation where you weren't expecting an apology, you might not get it, or it might be kind of slow, delayed, or it could be maybe you had to deliver the apology, or they're expecting you. And it looks like there could be an addiction that's affecting the relationship, so it might not even be your fault and your burden necessarily if it's from the other person that has the addiction, but you're still the one that's going to suffer for it. So it's up to you if that's something you want to wait out or not. Let me push these over here. All right, I'll pull a few more. Sorry, I didn't do this yet. I'll pull a full of these truth cards. So if you're out of contact with a person, let me get these out here for you. See if this helps. Again, it's a general reading, so it could be maybe not all of these hit with you, but hopefully they do. Alright, we got from the person you're out of contact with. I am patiently waiting. Just being near you is intoxicating. I am becoming a better person, upside down. So it could be that they're not doing it quite fast, or they're not doing it at all. Or if you feel like it's in your case, it could be that they're doing it hyper fast, but we'll see what else the cards say. I love myself enough to walk away. I didn't know how to comfort you. You let me down. I hid who I really am from you, upside down. So it could be that they showed you everything, or they really hid something deep down. I can be myself with you. So probably they weren't quite honest and open, I would say. I loved you unconditionally, upside down. I watch your social media. I've been struggling. I don't know what to say. So Leo, if you're out of contact with someone, yeah, they don't know what to do, what to say, how to get it back. It seems like they like being around you. I don't know if they've actually changed or gotten better, because it seems like they're struggling to do any sort of change to get better. They might have actually let themselves down more than you letting them down. And perhaps since you're out of contact, the only thing they can do now is watch you on social media. That's all the access they got. Alright. I'll pull a few more cards for you. Okay, I guess. Alrighty, so let's see if these help clarify anything that might hit or miss for you, maybe. We have a spiritual connection. You set my heart on fire. Of course, because you're a Leo. I want an open marriage, so perhaps they are not ready to be exclusive with you. what you see is what you get. So it sounds like they're not changing. Don't wish and hope that they're going to change, because what you see is what you get. I am just playing the field. It seems like, yeah, they are not ready to be tied down to a one-on-one relationship. I don't love myself. I am working on my career. So that might be kind of in the direction of them not ready to commit to a person. They're still getting their bearings in their career path. Only you matter, upside down. So perhaps maybe not only you. It might be other people dominate me. Maybe they want you to kind of take control of the situation. Jesus Christ, I went through away. So it seems like, yeah, again, this person just is kind of screaming out there. They're not ready for a one-on-one relationship. Because we got I went a three-way, I see you in my dreams, and I regret what I said. So, okay, I guess it is what it is. There's not much to interpret with this. It seems pretty straightforward. Alrighty, next. Let me pull a few angel advice cards and let's get this wrapped up. Okay. Let's see. We got this one. This one. This one. Alright, for you, my Leos, we got some, it's up to you if you want to see this as a reversal. Not everyone does for angel advice. New love. A new person has stirred up your romantic feelings. So that might be advice to try to look at fresh horizons out there. So this is actually a spiritual hobby job card, but you know, sometimes you could reinterpret it to romantic lenses, or you could just take it as as a job hobby advice. Spiritual teacher. You heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. So it could be asking you to perhaps look to religion or spirituality if you're looking for advice on what to do in your relationship. Spread your wings. Archangel Ariel. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. Okay. And we got Ellerfon. Humility. Alright, let me read this out for you. No matter how smart and talented, there is not one person alive who knows everything. We all go through life knowing our best and using what we have learned from our own experiences and the guidance of others. We all come from the same divine source of energy, but we have our own unique traits, thoughts, and feelings and experiences. No one is better or worse than anyone else on this planet, and there is something that we can learn from every person or event we encounter. Humility leads to immense wisdom and true power. When you can see the divine in every person, in every experience, your life will be blessed and your relationships can flourish. This is a time for recognizing divinity. What have you learned from your experiences? Sometimes the lesson is to simply know that you should listen to your own instincts or judgments. Sometimes it's about opening to a new perspective. What traits have you developed as a result of your challenges? What can you learn from the people in your life? See the blessings around you and see the divine in all people and learn from your experiences. Don't allow yourself to be defeated by anything. Allow yourself to grow. Be humble and know that you are a divine and beautiful being of light in a world that is divine and filled with light. Oh yes. And then we pull crystal card for you. A pop the light. Increase support. Your positive focus and willingness to receive have opened the doorway to abundance and help opportunities. So I don't know about that stone too much particular, so if you want to find just a green stone, that might be helpful too, if this one is exotic. to wearing a necklace, a gemstone, a ring, keep it in your pocket as a physical reminder that there's increased support around you. Okay, Leo, so hopefully that was short and sweet. Have a good day, and maybe I'll see you next month. Thank you. Bye.